Hi again. So this is the fourth video I'm doing about the supplements that are helping me with my shortness of breath and my more recent symptoms again, which are gastroparesis and gastritis. And just basically the supplements that are helping me to get my health back. Now, Swedish Bitters were something that I looked into when I first got sick, and I was just so nervous at that time to try anything because I didn't want anything to make my symptoms worse. And I don't know, I understand looking back why I was so nervous because I just had no idea what was going on. So I guess it makes sense. But if I had known about this product and what it would do, oh my gosh, I would have saved myself a lot of suffering, really. Basically, Swedish Bitters help with digestion. And my main issue is digestion. My stomach acid is very low. So basically, food tends to ferment and causes a lot of gas. And then there's build-up, kind of gas pressure, which just makes my breathing so much more difficult. And this actually helps, and it's been more kind of helpful for me when more recently I had a setback and I was getting a lot of pain in my stomach and intestinal area. And literally within 10 minutes of taking Swedish Bitters, that pain disappeared, and that pain used to last for hours. So that is one thing this definitely helps with. But that was taking it afterwards. I'm trying to take as few supplements as possible, but I've realised that if I'm having a bit of a bad patch, it's best to take, like with the digestion, it's best to take this before your meals. So like 10 minutes maybe before, because it just, like literally, once I've had a meal after this, I don't tend to have symptoms. So, but I'm trying not to, like I said, if my body can do it on its own, I'm letting it do its thing. But this really does help when you're really in a bad place. Oh gosh, this is just a miracle. These are the ingredients. There is alcohol, and I know with candida overgrowth, I was definitely worried about having anything with alcohol. But what I do is I burn it off. I just get some boiling water, just from the kettle or whatever, filtered water, and I just maybe 100 mils of water, and then just put a teaspoon in with that. I did start off slowly, by the way. I started off with maybe an eighth of a teaspoon. I was really nervous about how it was going to affect me because I am very, very sensitive to anything. And probably for about 10 minutes, let it kind of burn off the alcohol, and it's been absolutely fine. And I do that with all my Dr. Morse tinctures as well. I do exactly the same thing, and they've been absolutely fine. So I was worried for nothing. So yeah, it has also got senna leaves, and I was nervous about that because I don't want to become dependent on these kind of things, on bowel stimulants. But I figured that I'm only taking this when I really, really need it, and so I don't feel too bad about the fact that it's got senna. I was worried about every little thing when I first started researching, and it was so pointless and so not good for my spirit. It was just too much, and I've learnt to relax on that now. So and things just seem to be working better. Just the more you relax about everything, you're just taking away that extra burden that you don't need to be dealing with. Try it. If it doesn't work for you, don't take it again. Start with small amounts. Your body may adapt eventually and be able to handle the normal amount or the suggested amount, and stop worrying so much about stuff. I mean, even food, like who really knows what food is good for each person? Everybody's different. Everyone's got different levels of good bacteria and bad bacteria, and the different types, the different strains of bacteria, the different types of yeast, you know, the different types of parasites. You know, some parasites are meant to be very helpful for us, believe it or not. And I was so anal about, sorry about my language, but I'm just sort of, you know, saying it as it comes to my head. I was so anal about every food, every supplement, every ingredient, you know, and coming as far as I've come now, 3.5 years later, I've been able to add in different bits at different, different foods and different supplements at different points during this journey. And sometimes they go down okay, and sometimes they don't. And it's just kind of about listening to your body, what your body wants. Like yesterday was the first day in so long that I've been able to just eat. Anything that I ate basically was just went down so well. And I didn't even use the Swedish Bitters. I didn't need to. My body just sort of said, I fancy this. So I just had it and it was fine. My breathing was also fantastic yesterday. I don't know what was going on yesterday, but I really think that certain supplements that I've been introducing again, like Dr. Morse ones, have just been really, you know, helping me again. But yeah, I'm just basically going that route, not worrying too much about every little detail and just trying things. You know, if your body's happy with it and you're not noticing adverse reactions, or if you do, like for example, I was taking Dr. Morse's GI Broom, and for the first 2 hours I struggled. You know, my breathing was horrible. But then after those 2 hours, I felt better than I did when I first, took that product. So I knew that it was doing something beneficial, and that's how I can tell what a die-off reaction is or whether something's not good for me. So I mean, they're sort of subtle. They're very subtle differences, but you with practice you get to learn. You get to learn, how to communicate with your body. Anyway, I really hope this video is helpful to someone. I wish I wasn't so nervous about those ingredients. I would have been so much better off, and my healing would have been, so much quicker, I think. But there you go. It's all a learning process. Anyway, my next video is going to be on the amazing Megaspore probiotics. They're a spore-based probiotic and very, very powerful, and they've really been helping me. I can now eat, certain foods that I wasn't able to before, like sweet potato, which was a definite no-no. And just any meal that I eat, if I take the probiotic, it just helps it go down so much easier. So anyway, I won't go on about it on this video. I'll do it on the next one. Hope this was useful, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.